और ना शायद बैकग्राउंड नॉइज भी आ रही है इसमें। अब नहीं आ रही, अब नहीं आ रही। ठीक है।
Hello everyone, I'm Risha, and on the behalf of Team OSDC, I'm super excited to welcome you all to the opening ceremony of OSDHACK 2025. Before we get into it, if you're holding out to any doubts or questions, don't worry, we'll be addressing everything later in the talk. But first, a very quick and important reminder. If you're participating in OSD Hack and you haven't already, please head over to the Get Started channel on our Discord server and take the OSD Hack role by reacting to the message pinned at the top. We have already posted a short video tutorial in the announcements to guide you through using the bot, claiming your role, and creating teams. Please do this before the hackathon begins so you don't miss out on important announcements, submission reminders, or even mini event details later on. Now that all of this is out of our way, let me tell you a bit about OSDC. We are the open source developers community of JP Institute of Information Technology, and we have been a tight knit community of FOSS enthusiasts for over a decade now. From beginner friendly workshops to high energy hackathons, we have always tried to create a space where students across all domains of computer science can learn, build, and grow together. Our strength also lies in our alumni network, strong, global, and super supportive. Some of the coolest people in the tech today started right here at OSDC. Now, OSD Hack 2025 marks a big milestone for us. This is our first fully independent event, and it represents a shift in how we are growing as a community. You'll see us doing a lot more throughout the year, be it opening hack nights, cross campus collabs, or domain specific workshops. We're officially in our glow up era and independent dev community, and we are glad you're all a part of it. So, moving on, about the speakers. So, over the next few days, we will be getting some very nice talk sessions from the speaker panel, which has been listed here before you all. The first talk will be given by Arvind PJ, who is a senior SWE at GameZop. The second talk will be given by Karanjot Singh, who is a software engineer at CERN. The third talk will be given by Pranshu Srivastav, who is the senior SWE at Red Hat. And lastly, the final talk of OSDC will be given by Ankesh Bharti, co-founder and community steward of US and Agents. Now, as we all know, what's OSD Hack? It's a 48-hour online hackathon where you'll all build very cool projects, work in a team, and tackle exciting challenges around a central theme. Don't worry if you're a beginner, if this is your first hackathon. We've designed it to be inclusive, fun, and creative. This year's theme is Blast from the Past. We want you to time travel metaphorically through technology, culture, or even nostalgia. Take inspiration from retro games, old school web aesthetics, forgotten trends, or maybe even reimagine how classic invention would look if it were built today. It's all about bringing the past into present with your own twist. To keep things fun and a little spicy during the hackathon, we'll also be hosting two mini events exclusively for OSD Hack participants. Now, these events are the Speed Typing Challenge, and the second event is the Capture the Flag or CTF. Now, I would like to hand over the presentation to Mrigank for telling you all about the guidelines and submission criteria for the hackathon. Thank you.
Thank you, Risha, for the powerful introduction. So let's coming on to the tracks of the hackathon. The main theme of the hackathon still remains Blast from the Past, covering the top three prizes. However, we have two additional tracks which may get you bonus prizes. First up being DevTools or plugins. So we want you to create a plugin for any popular, impactful open source project that has more than 500 stars on GitHub and active community support. Secondly, in the domain, we want you to create a dev tool. Now, what is a dev tool? A dev tool is any tool where the end users are not regular people but developers. For let's say GitHub, VS Code, or Postman. Secondly, we have another track, Humane Tech. As the name suggests, something for the well-being of the human. We know tech was made for our well-being, but we've become a product to this innovation instead. So we want you to make something the other way around. Strong alternatives to exploitative systems, or just something that brings joy and creativity. You can have your thoughts in the chats. I don't think so. There's going to be any doubts. So coming on to the guidelines, first up is Discord participation. All team members must join the official Discord server mandatorily. Project type, we expect you to make software-based projects. No hardware projects would be allowed. For version control, we need you to use Git, and we also need that all the project code should be publicly available as a GitHub repository. Commit timeline, all code must be written and committed in the duration of the hackathon. Any early or late comments won't be counted. Open source, of course. Project must be open source with a valid free and open source license. And about the using of external code, yes, you may use open source libraries, but with proper licensing. And with the originality of the projects must be original and must not be used in any previous hackathon. Any violation of rules or plagiarism, and you'll be disqualified. So let's revise the timeline. On day zero, which is today, we are having the opening ceremony right now. And as soon as the opening ceremony ends, we'll begin the hacking period for 48 hours. Next up, on day 1, July 12th, we'll first have the monkey typing session 1 from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Next, we'll have a 24-hour capture the flag at 5 p.m. Continue to day 2, we'll first have a mid evaluation from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then a monkey typing session again from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And by this time at 5 p.m., the 24-hour capture the flag comes to an end. Then we shall have the monkey typing finale at 7 p.m. And of course, at 11:59, the hacking period ends. Now handling it over to Bhavya.
So now about the submission requirements. Obviously, all the submissions would be via DevPost. The deadline is 13 July. These are all the requirements for the submissions. The project title, a tagline, a description of a project, a public repo GitHub link with all the code committed in it, a video demo, maximum should be 3 minutes, and it also should be publicly accessible on YouTube or Google Drive. Optionally, you can also provide a live demo if you have hosted your project. Also, a valid open source license on your GitHub repo, and all the team members list on DevPost. Only one person has to submit the project from a team. You have the time until the deadline. All the links should be publicly accessible, and make sure you complete a project before the deadline. Now the evaluation criteria, there are four criteria. First of all, communication. This is basically how you present your project, your README, your demo video, your commit history of your repo. So this will basically present your project. And secondly, completeness. You should definitely complete a project before the deadline. Incomplete projects won't be considered for further evaluation. Thirdly, design and aesthetics. If applicable, a good user-friendly UI will improve your score, especially if it is according to the theme. And fourthly, the time frame. You must complete a project before the timeline, and no commits and submissions after a time frame will be considered. Okay, now the mini events. First of all, capture the flag. If you don't know about anything about CTF, it is a cybersec. It consists of cybersec challenges in basically in which you have to find these flags slash strings, which will be basically your answers. These will be in the format given in the slide. The CTF URL will be shared to you on the Discord. It also has a registration and login section, so all users must register and log in on the platform. A team member should create a team with a team name and a password and share those credentials with the other teammates. A point to be noted here, your team name must exactly match the one registered on DevPost for the hackathon. If not, your scores will not be counted. This is basically for us to monitor who is playing and who is not playing, and there will be no hints provided for the challenges on the platform itself, but we might share some hints on Discord, so keep an eye on them. And it is the time of solve matters in case of a tie. If two teams reach the same score, the the team that reaches the score first will be ranked higher. If anyone has doubts
Okay.
about the CTF, Anna?
Yeah, I don't think anyone has any doubts on CTF, then they can tell. Cool, I think we can move on. So the next mini event is the next mini event is monkey typing. So this is a single participation event, means this will not be a team event. You will have to individually register, not with the whole team. The URL for the event will be shared on our Discord server during the event durations, and you can attempt the speed typing as many times as you want. There is no restriction on that. However, if the number of attempts like However, the number of attempts will factor into the final ranking in case of a tie. Like if two people have the same WPM, then the one with the lower number of attempts will be prioritized. So you can choose any language before your attempt, and as you choose the language, a random snippet from that language will be shown to you, and as you hit the keyboard, a 90-second timer will start. And your objective is obviously to replicate that snippet as fast and as accurately as possible. And our system will be measuring your WPM and your accuracy. So if you make any errors, any typos, miss semicolons, etc., that can reduce your WPM and it will penalize basically your final score. So this event will be conducted in two phases, two 1 hour phases over the 2 days of the hackathon. And top 8 people from each round will be selected and they will be facing off in the final Discord finale. So, and obviously any form of external help, collaboration, modification of the snippets will be resulting in immediate disqualification. So, moving on, anyone has any doubts regarding the typing event? Yes, best attempts of all the best score of all the attempts. Like if you have the best score at the 5th attempt and you make 10 attempts, then the one at the 5th will be counted. Like the overall highest. So I guess we can move on. So now before moving on, obviously I would like to thank all of our sponsors that have made this event possible. So first of all, FOSS United. It is a non-profit foundation that supports the free and open source space in India and basically promotes developers like us to keep doing events like this and promote all the open source, the FOSS ecosystem. Then there is Codecrafters. Codecrafters is basically an amazing website if you want to learn system design by building real tools and softwares like Git, Redis, Docker, all from scratch. So this will be really it will really be a good experience for you if you want to try this out. And then XYZ, this is the foundation. Sorry, XYZ is a domain for the next generation of makers. It is affordable, it is clean, and perfect for your personal websites and portfolios. So you can head on to their website if you want to purchase some of their domains. For the rules and any other information regarding the hackathon, you can go to hack.ostc.dev, and our socials are also listed below if you want to contact us for any further assistance. So that is it from our side. If you have any doubts, you can write in the comment section and we can respond to those right now. Yes, the number of attempts do matter in case of a tie only. Like if two people have the same WPM. If that's not the case, then you can attempt as many times. I can add assembly if you guys want. uh, Monkey Type is like it is a separate website we have made on our own, so it will be live by tomorrow, so you can just log in there by Google or GitHub. It is not related to the dev post thing, so yeah. Risha, can you brief them on the mid evaluation and submission? Yeah.
Yeah, so the mid evaluations will be held on DevPost, and even though the submissions are open right now, you can only submit between 12 a.m. on the 13th of July to noon on 13th of July. If you submit before that, the projects will not be considered, and you may be disqualified from the hackathon.
Yeah, the two rounds are independent of each other, the Monkey Type two rounds, so you can participate in either one of them. Like you just have to come in the top 8 of any one of those two to qualify for the Discord show off.
Yes, the monkey typing link will be shared on Discord. Yes, you can modify your entries after the mid-eval, and basically till the deadline you can make any modifications in the project that you want to.
Mid-evals would be just a Google form, so no worries.
Yeah, you can obviously edit your code after that. It's just like the half time.
Yeah. Teams can only be formed till the beginning of the hackathon period, which means till midnight tomorrow, basically.
We'll be sharing a Google form with you for the mid-eval. It will have all the things you need to submit.
You can start submitting when the mid-eval timeline comes along. Basically, if you give a look to the timeline, the time for the mid-evals has been given. So during those 2 hours, 12 hours, you can start submitting for the mid-evals.
अर्नब लाइसनिंग का बता दो.
लिंक्स दिए होंगे उसके. नहीं तो दे आर लाइक licenses like MIT and all those. You just have to add like a txt file to your GitHub repo. You can search about it. You will find about licensing.
Basically, if you go to our website for the hackathon, which is hack.osdc.dev, you will find download assets over there, and there will be a PDF document which consists of every single guideline regarding the submission during the mid evals and the final evals. and the open source licensing question that has been like mentioned there, that will also answer that question.
Will there be elimination after mid-eval? No, there will be no elimination.
You can only be eliminated after the mid-eval if you haven't made a submission. The final evaluation will be conducted over a week's period of time. Basically, it will be conducted after the deadline, and we will inform you of the results after a week or so. Uh, you may be given scores during the mid-eval, but we will not be disclosing them.
The only thing is that the submission is important for mid-eval. If you do not submit, you will be disqualified automatically. So just submit the Google form we give you during the mid-evals.
Yeah, and make sure to form your teams before the hackathon period begins and register them on DevPost. We've opened the submission specifically so that you can create a project and create your teams and add your teammates there officially.
So anyone has any further doubts? Great, then all the best guys for the hackathon. And wait a second.
And one last thing before we go away, if anyone has any doubts regarding the evaluation criteria and submission requirements, you can head over to hack.osdc.dev, go to download assets, and there you'll find a PDF document that can help you with all the doubts regarding whatever we discussed in the opening ceremony today, including the submission requirements and the evaluation criteria. You can even find the timeline and everything in the announcements that we have put out in the last few days.
So the final eval will be done mostly by alumni and other people in the field. So it will be conducting during the week after the hackathon, and then the results will be shared with you. The criteria has been shared in the website itself, so you can check it out there. All right then, happy hacking guys. All the best for the hackathon. That was it from our side.
All the best, guys.